The light is not on me.
Hey guys, hi world.
Well, let's give 5 minutes and see.
Okay, let's give 5 minutes and see, as you wish, my love. So today,
Well, let's give 5 minutes for people to come in.
today is 3rd of April,
Okay.
2021, and this is our second live session on YouTube. So I see we have our first viewer. Hello. Could you tell us if you can hear us well? The sound is okay?
Maybe 7 or something like that. Just give some time for people to come in, maybe 5 minutes, and then we can start.
Babe, we're starting on time, okay?
That's how people do it.
Babe. My gosh, mommy, you just love, Okay.
Oh,
Babe, it's your phone. Put your phone away. Please. So we have two. We have two now. So should we wait for three? Yes, we have three. So let's just, jump in it. So hi world. Hello everyone. Yes. Hello. Hello Zippo. Zippo?
Z4,
Zippo.
I think.
Hello. Hello. Good evening to you. Good day. Hello. Wuta is there. So guys, I have a list on what we're going to do today. So this is our second live session, and my beautiful wife, she's a bit stressed. That's why she's sitting there,
I'm not stressed.
quiet.
I just see that when people do live, they just give it 5 minutes for people to come in,
Babe,
and then you start.
we are on time, okay? We are always on time, so we're starting right away. So what are we going to do today? In today's session, so this will be a Q&A session. We're reading some of your comments because we saw some very beautiful comments that you guys left on the videos that we posted within the last months. So we want to kind of say thank you, and also we want to acknowledge that it is important to us. Your views, your opinion, your support. It's super important to us. So we'll talk about the comments in this live session. Also, there will be an answer to the question that we have from one of our community members. And the question that hasn't been answered before. So that's the second thing. And the third final thing is that we will answer the question that Mark from London is also one of our community member asked us, and he has few questions. We're going to answer them and elaborate on them. So without any further ado, let's get into it. So the question from Emilia MB is: any age gap between you guys? And she also said that she loves our video. So what do you think? Do we actually have an age gap? If you can comment, if you can put, any number, if you think it is yes, no, what number. And, as soon as we see the right answer, we actually, going to reply to that. Otherwise, we continue and, we'll answer this to this question at the very end of our live stream. So let's roll. The first comment I'd like to read out.
Sorry, you're just talking. I haven't said anything.
Okay, well then.
No, it's okay. Talk.
Okay, you know what? So my wife, she wants to say something. So what I'm going to do as a, as a husband, I'm going to let you read the comment. Which from one? Vern. We start from the first one.
It's Vern Lemon. Hello, and God bless you and your beautiful family. Thank you. So they're from Vern is from Jamaica, and he lives in New Jersey, USA. I just want to say that you are both very refreshing to watch. Thank you. Please do not lose that spark. The way you both look at each other, the way you are with each other, please keep that fire going. Yes, even when the kids are loud and chaotic, because you are both fanning a flame for many marriages out there. In Jamaica, we love plantains and corned beef with rice too. Oh, that's the one you were cooking, yeah?
No.
I am still fascinated with how you both met. I pray many blessings from the one true and living God. Amen. Thank you. And his son, Jesus. Double amen. Over you both and your beautiful children. One love. Thank you. So, I read it.
Go ahead, love. You want it, you get it.
So, first of all, thank you so much, Vern, for those words. I have to say, most of the comments that we get are they're very positive. So there's few negative here and there, but we're not going to focus on that. So it's very positive and it warms our heart. And sometimes I feel that maybe we should have done this YouTube sooner than later, but there's a time for everything, and now this is our time. So yes, and about not losing the spark. With kids, it's not always easy. Like literally, we were trying to put them to bed on time to do this live stream. We're working also full time, so we try to make time for each other. I think the good thing in our relationship is that we enjoy each other's company. Sometimes we do get into each other's, what do you say, heads. But I think it's every couple, sometimes we have little arguments here and there. I always say that he's a nagging husband. He does nag, but that's part of how he is. And I am also very annoying sometimes, but it's very healthy balance. So not losing the spark. We try our best. We cannot do much. We cannot go out for a romantic dinner, but when the kids are in bed, we like to order sushi and have a nice movie. So that's kind of how we have our date nights.
Yeah, me cooking and
I do cook a lot too.
Okay.
He just wanted to cook for one, and then he'll cook in another 3 months.
So the next comment is from Sonia Nzuzi, and she says that your daughter is so pretty. She looks like Tamara Maori's daughter. So I had to Google who is Tamara Maori is, and actually, the face is familiar. I look at her daughter, and when I show it to my wife, she actually says to me, "Yeah, I told you this many times before."
Yeah, I did. They do look alike. They have the same big brown eyes and curly hair, and they're not twins. But I looked at that before, and I was like, they do look alike. So
I don't know. I mean, Annabelle, she's mine, so
yeah, she's. Okay.
So your child is the most beautiful child in the world. So
we're not going to compare, but yeah.
But yeah, now I know who Tamara is. But actually, I know her face.
Yeah.
But
she
I never.
It's the actress that played in Sister. I think some people will know it. The twin. She has a twin.
Okay. So another one is from Colin Galanos, and when he said that he came across our live stream by happenstance.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, it's just by it just
by
happened.
luck.
It just happened.
Yeah.
And it was delighted to chat with you. But Colin, thank you so much. And actually, I remember that from Bahamas. That was really cool. To me, it was super excited. To know that people in Bahamas watching our channel. I was like, wow.
I'm super jealous. Like Bahamas. I want to go.
Yeah. So look, we actually have a question from James here in the chat. Actually, 2 questions. So I'll just jump on the chat and 2 questions. How do 2 people from 2 different cultures manage to be in such wonderful relationship? Thank you very much, James. And I have another unrelated and funny question. What makes you laugh?
What makes you laugh, and are you ticklish? Ticklish is.
I'm not.
I am.
No, me too. Me too.
So the first question first. Start with the first question. So how do 2 people from 2 different cultures manage to be in such a wonderful relationship? I think because we're both open-minded. Like, I think that's my opinion anyway. I think we're both open-minded, and something that I see in some some couples with different culture, if one couple thinks that their culture is better than the other one, that's when you start having conflicts. But I think in our relationship, I respect Max's culture and he respects mine. And for instance, we have what do we have? We have Christmases, like you guys, like the Christian Orthodox have Christmases the 7th of January. So we celebrate 2 Christmases. So the kids get to get 2 gifts. So I think for me, in my opinion, is because we're both open-minded and we are open to merge our culture and we respect each other's culture. And I think love is not always enough, because you can love one another, but if you don't want to compromise or find a middle ground, it's not going to work. So for me, I think we're both open-minded. That's why it's working. What do you think?
Well, we had actually this question, we actually talked about this last month as well. And to me, I think our focus is on the similarity rather than, focus on the differences. So we find in the common, cultural point that we have. And I think it's also, to do, and that's kind of, tied up to, many other questions, is that, we're both foreigners, we both live in, Europe. So it's an interesting, because, definitely, you do have difference between, the, let's say, Eastern European culture and Western European culture. Same as, you have, difference between, the African culture and,
South
mentality,
in Africa, different.
And, European mentality, So it is interesting, because what we have is, we know that we're different, and I guess that's what united us, so it's the difference that actually, making us more similar. So yeah, to answer that, is it different? I personally, I don't even feel the difference. Like, what will be the difference? What is the difference, by the way?
I don't know. I think we just made it work. That, like, I cook whatever. Like, I will do some African food, European food, and it's just us. I don't even see any more difference. Even Russian now, I'm so used to hearing Russian every day. It doesn't bother me. Sometimes I even understand a bit. So I don't even see any more differences. I know that, you at home, you don't have this typical Russian culture, and I don't have this typical Congolese culture. We just merge both. So I don't know what are the differences. You eat whatever I cook. Sometimes you go to the Eastern European shop, you come with something, and I will try it, and I'm like, oh, that's nice. And then it becomes part of our diet as well. So honestly, I don't see the differences. Apart from, I don't even see his skin color anymore. Like, I just see his as Max, my husband. I don't see his skin color anymore. Like, I just see, this is my man, this is my husband, and that's it, if it makes sense. What are the differences?
Oh, babe, this we can talk about this, for days and then weeks, right? So
yeah,
it's again, it's everything is, in people's minds. If you want to be different, you'll find a difference. If you want to be similar, you'll find a similarity.
So I hope this answers your first question, James. So the other one is,
we are ticklish both,
and
so if I do something like this, and
what makes you laugh?
What makes you laugh?
Yeah.
Okay, what makes us laugh? What makes us laugh?
I think it would be very cheesy. But
Annabelle
and Kirill, they're very funny. It's like Tom and Jerry.
Yeah.
And the switch roles. It's just funny to see how they interact, and like the way they switch languages. And Annabelle, she's more fluent in Russian, so she will go to her father and say, "Mommy says this, Mommy said that," and then she come to me and say, "Daddy said this, Daddy said that." So I think just our kids, the way they just blend so well in what we created, and the way they just interact with each other and at home, it's beautiful to see, and it does make me laugh. They're very funny. So
funny kids. So yeah, go ahead.
So that's Zippo. Okay, so actually you did pronounce her name properly. So it's not Zippo, it's Zippo. So 1 point for you. Hi, Zippo.
South Africa.
Yeah.
Now, another comment came from Hope hopeful. I love it.
Hopeful.
Yeah, so Hope, you can say the name is Hope. So what she says that, the pregnancy pictures so beautiful and touching. I love them. You guys dress nice. Patricia is definitely fashionista. She is. Lovely family outing. God bless your families. Thank you, Hope. I really love, enjoying reading your comments all the time, So thanks for your support.
I'm Congolese. If you Congolese, you know what I mean. We have lots of swag. Thank you. Yeah. Sometimes it works fine, sometimes it doesn't, but thank you.
Another one is from Saint T. Look, a lot of nicknames, a lot of alias, obviously, they just made it up. So I'm just reading the names, just to give recognition. And so one of our comments, from Saint, it's I really appreciate the way you are bringing the world to one community beyond culture, race, color, etc. But you are just showing how love conquers everything through God's grace. Be blessed, my brethren. We love you so much. It's really nice. It's really nice to read it, and thank you so much as well. It's really, to us, to be able, to communicate with people from different part of the world, from different communities. It's really cool. I mean, that is a blessing. It really is.
And yes, love does. So yeah, love does bring people together. But yeah, I agree.
And another one is from Ejura Obaka. Oh my gosh, I love how Annabelle introduced everyone. When I get a notification from your channel, I click immediately. Thank you so much. To me, it's like, yes. If I can like this, like the biggest like in the world, I will do that. But thanks, your support is so important. And to me, it's, it's really, it's like, this is the reason, why we're actually doing, we're spending, our time, doing this, because to see such a beautiful comments, such a positive feedback, it's really, it's an amazing experience. Another one is from Donna Williamson. Hey, you actually cooking, she says, hey, you're actually cooking a regular Jamaican meal. Welcome to Quick Dinner Idea from Dunyard. That means back home. Respect, man. I really love that comment. And I actually asked Donna if she can share maybe recipe for a Jamaican dish, So Patricia, she can cook. And to point out the channel, one of the Jamaican lady, she's got the cooking channel, and I actually look up, jerk chicken. Yeah,
I've done jerk chicken before.
You had, yeah. So
I can do it.
Thank you so much. So I'll have a jerk chicken soon. Prince said again, very short, brief, but lovely. Just subscribe to your channel, True Love Story. Thank you.
So for those who haven't watched how we met, it's actually, so we actually had a video on this. So it's kind of funny. There's a lot of turns and
twists.
So if you want to go and check that out, just it's there. If you're interested and if you are curious to know how we met. So yeah.
Another one is from
Bulumko.
Okay. Bulumko. I don't know if it's a name, a nickname. It says that, please let our little Kiki be also visible. We love him too. Love from South Africa. Thank you. And Kiki, he was visible in our video last week, and he was not just visible, he was also being heard as well. So
yeah, he's a very energetic baby.
I'll let you read. I'm just sitting here, and not being able to, communicate. Go ahead, Lord.
So this is from Roselle Hashems. I'm not really good with name, and she says, "Wow, what a great proposal, Maxime. The one of the Subis can win and attend your wedding in Congo." So this is in relation to the video about how Max proposed. This is also in the channel, and we did mention that for our 10th year anniversary, we would like to do another wedding, and hopefully that will be in Congo. So that's why he's saying that. And I think Max was saying that he would like to invite one subscriber into the wedding in Congo. So that's once we have the 10th year anniversary that he wants to do another wedding. He will be the one organizing this wedding, because I organized already the weddings that we have, and it was difficult. So I will give you everything. I'll just show up to the wedding with my dress, and you do all the.
Yeah, make sure you show up for the wedding, please.
I will show up. It's free food and dance. Yeah. I love that. So yeah.
So what I'm thinking is we're going to have our special edition on the wedding. So I reckon in June, when it's going to be the day of the wedding, we're going to do another a special edition, special reports series.
June this year.
Yeah. So we're gonna get. A comment on our wedding, how it was, So we do have 2 videos on our channel. The wedding back in 2014, 7 years now.
7 years.
7 years, yeah. So it's only 3 years from now.
Yeah. So you need
It's not even.
So basically, it takes a year to prepare a wedding. So when it's the 9th year, you can start preparing.
Cool. So I think what we're going to do is, once we do that special series on the traditional wedding that we did back in 2014, when the video is released, if we get 40,000 likes, we definitely do it. So it's really.
We're definitely doing what?
So we definitely will do the wedding, another wedding, the 10th anniversary in Congo. Yeah. So and then we need to figure out, okay, what is it going to be, because it has to be something, otherwise it's going to be just random. It's just a random selection. So it has to be some sort of competition, if you like. So we need to figure it out. We do have time, a couple of months to figure out, what the competition will be. But no, babe, the video is going to be in June.
Yeah, okay.
The wedding is in 3 years, but the video is going to be in June. So the idea is that, when we release the video gets, all these likes, all this interaction, and one of the subscribers, that that will be selected, and we will invite, the person, or maybe, the whole family, to. Who knows? I mean, I'm not talking about extended family, okay?
This is not a binding agreement.
Yeah. But this is something that it will be really cool. It will be really cool. Another comment, a quick one, and very, straight to the point, from Amari, Florence Kerumbo. He says, loving you too. Thanks, Amari. And then another one, on the serious note, it came from also Amari. And it reads, Maxime, I hope you will not regret marrying Patricia. Whatever human being, whatever human beings are, there is challenges. She's beautiful. Support one another and build your beautiful family. Never give the devil the room for divorce. It's very, it's very deep. So, yeah, I mean, it is something that, of course, every family, there is struggles, there is, miscommunication, misunderstanding, and, there will be clashes. But the most important is that you must to forgive, to know how to forgive and how to move on. So to me, I'm very emotional, but at the same time, I'm very forgiving. Yeah. So to me, 20 minutes, that's it. I'm like, okay, let's move on. That was 20 minutes ago.
I think he made that comment in that Meghan Markle video. I think it was more on the racial thing, that don't forget marrying me, in the sense that I think it was more to do with the reaction video to Prince Harry and Meghan situation. So I think that's what he meant. Don't regret marrying me as the African woman that I am, basically.
Yeah. So another comment is from. Can I see it? Okay. Cannot see the subscriber, but it says smiling, smiling all through. That's really cool, and that's also now a video. I think it's how we met video. So it's really cool. If you guys, if what we do, bring a smile to your face, that is fantastico. Vanessa Lucas, she said, my first time seeing your video, enjoyed. May the Lord bless your marriage. Thank you. Thank you, Vanessa. So I'm reminding the question that we're going to answer today is there any age gap between us? So guys, if you type, the yes, no, maybe, you put the number, whenever we see, the right, the correct answer, we're going to say like, oh yeah, this is the right answer, or this is what it is. So moving forward, Luana Miranda, and she says, "Is wow, what amazing story! You guys are lovely couples." You hear that? See, I told this woman, when we met, that we're a beautiful couple. She didn't believe me. It took how many years?
I didn't believe you.
It took so many years, in the YouTube channel to actually prove.
You need to give some context behind it. It's because when we first met, now I'm used to it, but whenever we were walking around in the streets, people will look at us, people will stare at us, and it was making me uncomfortable. And it was like, oh, don't mind them, they're just looking at us because we're a beautiful couple. So that's you have to give some context, because it was really annoying that you're walking on the street and some people, not everyone, some people are looking at you and even looking back to make sure that what they saw is real. So that's kind of why I was kind of annoyed. Why are people looking at us? And he was saying, because we're a beautiful couple. But, I think also it's something more about, it's okay. You have to give context.
Charlotte, comment on our story. She says, lovely story. And yes, swans do mate for life. And if you guys watched the, how we met video, my wife actually mentioned penguins.
I think penguins still do. I really do. I read it somewhere.
Yeah, well, it's actually swans, so the swans, they are made for life. I did not know that, so thanks for explaining this, but it's really cool. I mean, it's so sweet and makes it even more special. Another one from Donna Williamson. Hi, you just popped on my screen. Watch how you met and then subscribe. Watching from Jamaica. All the best. I love that. I mean, to me, the fact that us, like people watching, our videos in Jamaica, it's like, wow. I will never. It's not like, oh yeah, it's impossible, but like it's so cool.
We made it, Jamaica. I want to go to Jamaica. All those warm countries, I'm so jealous. Jamaica, Bahamas. I need some sun.
Yeah, I'd love to travel to Jamaica, and I guess Jamaica, I don't know, it's such a it's a small island if you think about it, but the influence that Jamaica have on the the global culture is it's absolutely amazing, and we just watched this week, I was watching some documentary about Bob Marley, and like the things what was happening in Jamaica, and it's sad. I mean, it is sad, but in the same time, I think the Jamaicans, they have very unique spirit, like very happy people, and it's just it's just it's just I don't know, to me personally, it's something, it's just it's something special. So thanks.
Thank you.
And Rachel say, I like you guys. Well, thank you so much, Rachel.
Thank you, Rachel.
We love you guys. Thank you for watching us. Thank you for leaving your comments. Thank you for supporting us. It's super important, and that's what carry on. That what make us carry on, and continue our YouTube journey because of the, the feedback and reception that we got from you guys. So thank you. Another member of our community, it just go by Nick Duff, says, I love this. What a beautiful family. You are raising wonderful, amazing global citizen. And then
Très bien, Annabelle. Well done, Annabelle.
Yeah, so I totally agree to this, the amazing global citizens. This is 110% truth, because I remember, years ago, I was a teenager, and I was watching, was it the news or some documentary? Basically, what it says is that by 2000 and, I don't know, 200 or 2000 and what we are, 2020.
You don't know what's here.
No. I mean,
2021.
Okay, so it's 2021. Yeah. Sorry, no, it's just 1 year. It's not counting. But by 2200, yeah, something like this. So basically, in 200 years, or 300 years, there will not be, as a race, as a nationality, it will be, a citizen from the planet Earth, right? Because if you think about, like, if you really think about, none of us, that living on this planet, unless you live somewhere in like Amazon forest, like you 100% of one nationality, or like from the exact bloodstream, like we all mix. We, like, all of us, if you look at, like, I'm not 100% Russian, there will be some, I don't know, Tatars, some Jewish, some, I don't know, Ukrainian, you name it, some blood, because it's just, it's like we're talking about centuries, we as a people, as a human beings, we're mixing, okay? So talking about this, a global citizen, absolutely, where are you from? I'm from planet Earth, okay? To me personally, this where you from question is just irritating me so much.
You, but for me, I understand, like, I understand people are very curious, and I like to say where I'm from because it gives them another idea, another perspective than what they see on TV. So when I say I'm from Congo and they see the way I carry myself, and they're like, it kind of, I think it also makes them question what they see the media portraying. So I do like to say it to educate people, to make them see that what you see on TV, it's not necessarily true. So that's how I see it. So I don't mind when people ask me where I'm from, because they usually ask it because they are really amazed at how I carry myself, and they're like, where are you from? And I'm like, from Mama Africa, Congo.
Yeah,
and me, that's it. I'm proud of it.
Again, kind of, it has to be said that, it depends who is asking this question, because I had this question asked, even before a person asked for my name, or where are you from? Oh, come on, guy. Like, and to me, when people ask this question, and again, it depends on the situation, but most of the time, when people ask this question, is to put whatever the stereotype, whatever the, the knowledge about the place, they have onto you. Okay, so it will be always about, what you think, about the place. Okay, so to me, before you ask this question, have a conversation with me, like, the same, question, how old are you? What difference does it make? Like, if you think about, for you to understand, how old the person is, have a conversation, find out about experience, and then you will realize that, okay, this person, have so much experience, age, etc., rather than just jump, with the question and then.
You actually never asked me where I was from straight away, and I never asked you. How did I find out where you were from? I have no idea. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how it happened. Okay.
So, Brenetta Clark, and she comments. She left the comment, says, "Family Day, love it. Sending my love from Bahamas." And that's when I'm like, yes, Bahamas.
You guys are showing off all those sunny countries, like I actually Google how Bahamas looks. I'm so jealous. It's like a postal card. It's so beautiful.
It is. I actually, as well, look up on, the pictures on Google. I'm like, man, these Bahamas. So, oh yeah, this is an interesting one from Michael Ray. It's a very fresh question, a comment that was left just yesterday, I think. So Michael Ray, he said, African girls are hard to get to know and next to impossible to get a date with. Congratulations. Okay.
Do you agree if African girls are hard to get to know?
It's an interesting question.
Comments. So, do you agree?
Okay, so I thought about, and my initial reaction was like, okay, why is it difficult? But then I thought about, I'm kind of, and I went back, years ago. Was that difficult or easy? And I think, like, realistically speaking, it's not about African girls or any. It's about girls, right? Like, if you fancy, like, for instance, myself, we had, let's say, me and my mates, we're going out, right? And there will be a girl, and one of my friends will say, oh, look, can you go and talk to her because can you get the phone number for me? I'll be like, yeah, sure, no problem. So I'll go straight up to the girl. I'll say, look, one of my friends, is asking for your phone number. Can I get your number, etc., etc. Right? So that was like, I don't care, But then when I do care, it is another story. It's, of course, it's
pressure.
Well, we're all shy. I mean, I'm a shy guy, So, if I see the girl that I like, how would I approach it? Because you don't want to just go there and be, arrogant. Okay, then you don't want to go there and be like, oh yeah, can I? You know what I mean? So it's not about African girl. It's about the girl. If you really like someone, it's, but you have to do it. You have to go and you have to do something. And I just thought about it's also, again, is bringing this cultural difference, and the fact that we're both foreigners, so we kind of it's easy to connect. It's easy to connect when you don't have a connection to the place, to the culture. So let's say we, as an example, right, because we had some question asking from UK, if you were like British and I was British, right? So
if I was black British and you were white British,
yeah, so I'll be English,
okay,
I guess. But the point being is that we will be sharing the same culture because we went in school. It's some same more or less sense of humor, etc., etc., etc. So we have so much similarities, right? But then we're both British, and what will be the difference?
I understand what he means when he said African girls are hard to get. It's to do with the culture, but it's also, as a black woman, yeah, if an African man approaches me, like we're on the same page, okay, because I know that he sees me just as a beautiful woman.
Mm-hmm.
But if another man from another culture, race approaches me, you need to be a bit conscious. Is this person approaching me because I'm a fetish for him? I want to experience something. Because some men approach me in Ireland here and say, have you ever had vanilla? Mm-hmm. So if you come to me with this attitude, I'm going to brush you off.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, I never had vanilla. Some men came to me saying, have you ever had vanilla? Some other men pretended to be a gangster, so he was talking like 50 Cent, and he looked ridiculous. So I think the thing is that we're not hard to get, but when you come to us, come with respect, and we'll be fine. Just approach us as girls, human being, and we'll be fine. But don't say stuff like, have you ever had vanilla, or start going all gangster, because we're not gangsters. We want gentlemen, and we're not necessarily we're not hard to get, but you have to come to us with this. Just be respectful, and it's gonna be fine. So if you're interested in an African girl, what's his name? Michael. So
here's the advice.
Michael, if you are interested in an African girl, my advice will be go to her, be a gentleman, be polite, and she will feel the energy and it will flow. But no things about stereotype or anything like that, and everything will be fine. So that's it. Just respect, and respect is a universal language.
I just thought about, like before, the girls that I liked, and I was like, okay, is it easy? So yeah, I guess, you try to sometimes overdo, be over funny,
over funny, over like, yes, I am done with the sister. Just no, don't do it. Just you're beautiful. If I'm wearing my headscarf, you can say, oh, I love your headscarf, and but don't be like, if you ever had vanilla, I want chocolate. Oh, babe, I'm telling you, oh, I want to taste your chocolate. And I was like, come on, man. And then the guy was like, ooh, ooh, and oh, gangster, look at me. Do I look like a gangster and stuff? And when I opened my mouth with my little accent, he was like, oh. So just come to us with respect and we'll be fine.
Yeah. And I think, that goes to any girl, to be honest.
Any girl, that's what I'm saying. Asian, African, Indian, just be respectful.
Because think about, it's if you think about, right, the relationships, because it might lead into something, so it might not be just, a short relationship. It's going to be something. So are you going to, after years, of marriage, and having kids, still saying, something about vanilla,
a shorty or whatever. Just be yourself. But if yourself is rude, just leave it.
Yeah.
Just be respectful.
Yeah.
And Merlot agrees with me. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, that's probably the best advice. Just be yourself. Don't try to
be
pretend.
polite. Be polite, because if you're rude by nature, it's not gonna
be
work.
cool.
Be polite.
So another point that I'd like to touch on in today's session is we are building our community, and to me, when we start this channel, and that's what I call it. It's our community. So it's not just two of us here. We are family. We're just that little cell in the community and society. And I went through the comments, and one of the comments that grabbed my attention is from Donna Bedney, and what she says, in reference to what you said that you cried. This is the comment on the Meghan and Harry interview. In reference to what you said that you cried after the way that woman at the store treated you, please know that God saw your tears that day, and he says in his holy word, vengeance is mine, I will repay, saying the Lord. Romans 12:19. So if that woman that hurts you doesn't change and give her heart to God, she is in God's hand. May the Lord bless and keep you and your family. So thanks, Donna. And to me, I actually reply, I say, Donna, you're absolutely right. Everything is in God's hand. Leave it to God. And this is my belief, because, the saying, if you want to make God laugh, share your plans, something like this. So we as human beings, we always like to think that we have control, but we don't have control. And I think the best, proof to it is this COVID-19, where, look, with all the technology, artificial intelligence, other intelligence, and, medicine and computers, and, the governments, etc., and what? Nobody can do anything, So to me, this is the clear, that, look, believe in God, because in the end, this is the only protection, that you will ever have. Okay. And so that's what, I replied to Donna, but then there was another comment from Musonda Lumbwe. Yeah, you can read it. Yeah. And she said, thank you for posting this, Donna. I've been having a hard time seeing all the injustice going in the world, and it made me wonder if God cares. Seeing the scripture, knowing that he cares and is going something and is doing and is going something about brought me to tears, and I was finally able to let go of the anger I've been holding on to. I believe in God bless you, saying. And to me, what is most important is that these two people, Donna and Musonda, if not for our channel, if not for the video, if not for these comments, in other circumstances, they wouldn't be able to, have this discussion. And to me, this is so warm, because if we can help another person, a single person in this world, that's already, it's already, it's a big deal. So
Yeah.
so to me, the fact that we have people that can actually connect, through us, this is a real blessing. So Donna, thank you for leaving such a beautiful comment, and Musonda, I'm really, I'm really hoping that you was able, to get some
Healing.
yeah.
Yeah, that comment that Donna left was so if you go watch the Meghan and Prince Harry and Meghan video, you will see that I mentioned an encounter I had in a grocery shop, and it was really nasty. So if you are curious to see what she's referring to, but it wasn't really a nice thing. So I don't want to go back there, because it brings me back to a bad place. It just the way I was treated wasn't nice. So yeah.
Yeah. So look, past is past. Don't hold the past. And I think us as a human beings, this is how we create it. No matter what happened, you tend to forget the bad experiences. And it's also poisonous. So it's for our own sake. Move on and just remove that negativity.
Yeah.
I see another comment from Mark. Hi, Mark.
Good evening.
We we have the questions that you send us, so we're gonna read them, in a while. So please stay with us. We're gonna answer to those questions. And again, just for the people who just joined today, one of the biggest question, do you think we have any age difference? And if you think we do, please leave your comment, below. As soon as we see, the right answer, we will address this. Another question that came from James.
Where is it?
It's right here.
Oh, James. Okay,
yeah, so James, as a gem, as a the Jew.
It's not a question; it's a statement.
Yeah. So I'm calling it questions, but yeah, it's comments. There's no questions in it. So he said, one of the best How I Met stories. There is a drama, surprise, humor, seriousness, and romance for great storytelling. Thank you so much. I mean,
maybe we can do a movie. Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm thinking about. Every time when I'm, when I know people, when I'm talking about my own life, that's, by the way, before I met Patricia, I was living different life, and lives, not even lives. And every time, when I spoke about my experience, people always say, "Oh yeah, man, you should do a movie." And to, my answer to this is that, movie always have, the beginning, then the story, and then, the end of the story. Mine, is ongoing story, so we can only do, like part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You can do a series or something.
Yeah, sequel. Maybe this is what we'll do,
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks, thanks for your support. Also, would you like to read some?
So this is from Gwendoline Lindsay. She said, "Your children are so lively and energetic. I'm exhausted just watching them." Yeah. I guess Gwendoline is not up for babysitting at all. And yes, Annabelle and Kirill, they have a lot of energy. It's hard to keep up with them, but it's lovely at the same time. And we had them very close together, so they have a body for life.
So the next one is from Mary Lucia, and it says, "I'm Mary, and I'm watching from Montreal, Quebec, Canada." It's like, wow, Canada? Whoa, that's so cool. Another one from Lana Hunter. And she says, one of my favorite couples, lovely kids. I'm still thinking about the way you guys met. It was such a lovely story. Stay blessed. Thank you, Lana. Another one from Joanna Matthew. She said, very nice couple, blessing upon blessing. Compared to other video I've been watching, I like how she gives him time to speak and not leave. Excellent quality. So I left this one, to the very end to make my beautiful wife smile, because my wife, she is amazing.
Well, you're the talker, isn't it?
So the question about the age gap, Emilia asked us if there any age gap between you guys. So what do you think? Is there any age gap?
Obviously, I look younger. So yeah.
Yeah? Shall we answer that question? Or should we keep it, as a secret? You know what? We're going to keep it a secret because there's no comments. So we're going to do.
What about Mark? You said you have Mark.
But Mark, I have Mark. It's the next. So I have questions, and we'll keep it. We'll keep it.
Come on, guys, get going. Yeah, so how much age difference do you think is between us?
If there's any, by the way.
If there's any.
Yeah.
Of course there.
So now we're moving on into the questions that Mark from London sent to us, and thank you, Mark, for communicating. Thank you for sending those questions. So the first question is, he would like to ask us, do we have any mixed race couple as friends? Do we have?
Not as friends per se, but I am aware of some mixed race couple in our area, in my workplace, and we don't really it's not friends per se. They're more like acquaintance. So I guess that answers the questions.
Wow.
Okay.
We see the comments on the age gap start popping in, and as we say, as soon as we see the right answer, we will reply. So
yeah. So to answer Mark first question,
do we have
not friends per se, but it's more like acquaintance. And also with the COVID, it's kind of impossible to get to know them better because we moved in this area not long ago, and that's when we were getting to get to know people. So I guess if it wasn't for COVID, we would be hanging together and getting to know each other. But
Yeah, I think it's also to do with the whole story, how we met and stuff. Because when we met, we were both unemployed at the time. And then few 3-4 months later, we both got jobs, and you just you're busy with work. And to be honest with you, like friends, I don't have many friends here. It's more
mixed couple.
No, just in general, it's more about the colleagues, and yourself, the colleagues at work is like you kind of get to as a you become a mate, but then the moment you move on to next adventure, next job, that connection it's not as strong. And another couples we had before we start having kids, we had couples
mixed couple.
No, it was just it was not mixed. You have many, I'd say.
I mean, and that's what I said. Yeah. I know we know a few, and we met them when we moved in this area. But with COVID, we cannot really interact. We cannot really get to know each other. So if it wasn't for the COVID situation, I am certain that our kids will be playing with each other, and it will be a different situation. So,
yeah, and especially not having two small children, it's also
but those
work,
kids,
like we only had, before the COVID, we only had maybe Saturday and Sunday to chill out, to do whatever we want to do. Again with kids, going out. Now it's completely removed. So
yeah. It's only now that we get to breathe, because we had the kids very close together. So it was just sleep. It was just go, 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 go. So now it's just now that we actually had a bit of a breather, and now COVID happened. So
yeah,
it's like we don't have a breather anymore anyway, but that's okay.
yeah.
So
we have MJ Benjamin, saying hello, first time seeing you guys. Well, hello.
Hey MJ,
Hello,
where
MJ.
where are you? Well, not where are you from. Where are you located?
What part of the world are you writing from?
Voila, what part of the world? And if you don't know MJ Benjamin, we both not fluent. Well, English is not our first language, so some words sometimes they kind of
swallow.
Yeah, so you will catch up with the accent.
Yeah. So the second question Mark has asked is, do you think that it's important to have other mixed race couple within your friendship circle?
Yeah, I think
you
so.
do?
Yeah.
Okay. To be honest, I think it's important, to have friends, and yes, I would probably say so. It is important now that I'm thinking about,
I think so. It is important to share your experience. It is important also for the kids to see families that look like them.
True.
Representation is also important, because when you grow up on TV, you only see a white family. Most of the time you see a white family. It's only now that they're introducing some Black characters, some Asian characters. So also they're also introducing some mixed couples. I can only think of one at the top of my head.
Yeah.
It's Mixish or Blackish. It's the spin-off of Blackish. So yes, I think it's as a mixed couple, it is kind of a good thing to have another mixed couple as a friend, because the kids also get to be with people that look like them, and they don't have to choose whether they're Black or white, but also mixed couple will be mixed with Asian, obviously. So I think it's good. It's
now
important.
that I'm thinking about, like it's really easy, because I can see Mark. Your question and where you're coming from, and of course, the UK in this sense, it's. If you're talking about the advance, the UK compare like Ireland.
I wouldn't say advanced, but in terms of
the diversity.
Yeah, they're more ahead than in Ireland. Like I remember when we went to London, I loved it. No one was looking. This is why I was telling you that people were looking at us.
No one was looking at you.
Not that no one was looking at
Houston. Okay, so MJ from Houston.
Texas.
Caribbean. Okay.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Houston, love Houston,
So the UK is more ahead when it comes to diversity. So when we went there, I was loving it because no one was looking at us. So yeah, I think it's important to have also a couple who is in a mixed relationship.
Yeah, no, I mean, now that I'm thinking about, from kids' perspective, it is important, because even when Annabelle, when she's drawing, she loves to draw, and when she's coloring, the princesses, she loves princesses. She always coloring princesses in the brown, the brown color, and I'm like, when I was talking to Annabelle, I'm like, yeah, this is right, so it is important, because obviously us, we're adults, we can understand things, but kids, they definitely see it from a different perspective. So it's a very valid point now that I'm thinking about.
And Annabelle loves Moana because Moana has curly hair and she's light brown, and she loves Moana because Moana looks like her, and she loves Diana because Diana looks like mommy. Diana is dark brown like mommy. So anyway, representation is important. So third question.
The third question: have you both been back to your respective countries with your partner, and what reaction did you get?
No, I haven't. I've never visited his country. You've visited?
Yeah, I travel to Congo, but we never travel together. And this is, super important question, because if I'm elaborating on this more, I always say to Patricia, and this is kind of the very first question we got to ask from James, like how did two people
From
from
Mark.
different
Oh,
no, the James, in today's session, how did
James,
the two people from different cultures manage to be in such wonderful relationships? And being both foreigners, in a foreign territory, I think this is also the key, because I know from my own experience, and also, I said this to Patricia as well, that so let's say, two different scenarios, right? If, let's say, we were in Africa, I was in Africa, right? Or if she was, traveling in Eastern Europe, we will both, regardless, we will be driving attention, okay? And so let's say, Patricia, she's coming to whatever, Russia, whatever, Eastern Europe, yeah? And I'm meeting her, and it will be already, like, even to kind of, come and, have a conversation, like it's already, as difficult, right? But then, so let's say, she is, I don't know, working. So she's working, for a foreign company, and I'm there and she's there. And we start dating. And then, we go and, because that will be, some socializing involved, right? So we go, and of course I will be introducing her to my friends. Then my friends, they will have, their opinions. And, the people that the people that you, the opinions of the people that you care, they can be also judgmental, right?
That's why I don't really agree with you, babe. Why am I saying that? I come from a very open-minded family. I have some uncles from Italy. I have some uncles from Belgium. So in my family already, we are used to mixing.
Okay.
Both of my grandfathers are mixed already. So I know that if we met in Congo, no one will look at you differently. No one will bat an eye, because
no, but okay, so that's your family, but what about your friends? Like your friends from, let's say, from school, and from your friends from college, again, they will still have an opinion.
They will have an opinion, but exactly. I am not the kind of person who cares about the opinion of friends. The opinion of the people that matter to me are the opinions of my parents, and that's it. And some of my siblings. If my dad says green light, if my mother says green light, if some of my older siblings says yes, I will hear them, okay? But I don't care about friends' opinion, because friends come and go, but family is forever. Like, and you know what? Talking about friends, when I was in college, I remember having this conversation with a friend of mine. She was like, "Oh my gosh, I could never marry a white man," and I didn't know that I will ever marry a white man, right?
Okay.
So I never care about friends' opinion, but the opinions of people that matter to me are the opinions of my parents, and some of my siblings' friends' opinion don't mean anything to me. So
I'd say, still, the.
That's me, though. That's me.
What's the word? The opinion of your friends. What's the? Trying to think of the word.
Peer.
Yes, the peer pressure, right? So the peer pressure, because the people, let's say, you have your friends, and they will say, oh, this and this, or that and that, so you will still, regardless if you want it or not, you will still kind of, something will get to your head. So I think to us, what is really good that happened to us is that, we both were, foreigners, in a foreign country. And me, at that time, I just arrived in Ireland, I didn't even have, that many friends. So,
I don't
know. Not that I care much about, what my friends, would say, because, at the end of the day, it's my relationships, and I'm an adult. But still, opinion of people that, you call, your friends, your mates, friends, it's.
I guess it's also my personality. I think it's also my personality, the way that I am. I don't care about friends' opinion.
So, but this is again, this is Mark, it's an interesting question. And I guess when we go back to Congo, when we travel to Congo, I'll go back to Congo. That's something that we're going to find out, because that would be interesting. We will see. Of course, you're coming with your husband. It's not like you come, you're meeting your boyfriend, but coming back with your husband and people that used to know you. What are they going to say? And obviously, we'll be there with kids as well. But it's interesting to see, because people will have, the people will have an opinion. And to me, I did travel, back, a few times, and I went back, after we got married, and my friends, and talking about, my own friends. First of all, nobody was, surprised that I married an African girl. Like now that I'm thinking about, nobody ever said anything like, oh yeah, how, why, so that was, I guess, to them, that was expected, something that was expected from me. And for you need to go. She's like, I've been living in Europe for so many years.
I am telling you the truth. Like, honestly, even it's my personality as well, because even peer pressure.
Yeah.
In school, I'm a geek. I've always been a geek. In school, all the girls were already dating boys and doing stuff, and I wasn't doing any of that. And I had some peer pressure saying that, go do this boy likes you, but I've never, ever, ever cared about the opinion of people that are not my parents or my sibling. Like, I just don't, I don't care. Like, I just don't care. So when we go to Congo, and whatever some people will have to say, it will come here, it will not even enter, it will just go, it's not even going to enter my brain, because I just don't care. Like, I don't. My parents are happy with my choice. My sibling loves you. Now they're your brothers and sisters. That's it. If somebody that I haven't seen in 12 years comes to me and say, why didn't you marry a Congolese man? I say, look, it wasn't meant to be. But I just don't care.
I don't care.
And I'm not being rude. It's just how I am, because I don't impose my views and opinions on other people. I don't. So I don't want anybody to do the same to me. I just respect people. If we don't agree, let's respect each other, and let's agree to disagree and move on.
Cool. So again, this is, as you see, the very first question, that James has asked, the question that Mark asked. It's, like, we can talk about this, for days.
So really. I hope, guys, we answer your question, James.
So we have we have the last one from Mark as well, and this is the last question we have for today. So if you guys, have any questions, something that you would like to ask, either in this session or maybe, in the future, please do not hesitate. Write to us, comment, and when we see the comment, we always, trying to reply to each of the comments. And if there's something that you would like us, to ask, it's absolutely, absolutely cool. So the last question is, how are you guys coping with the pandemic? So how are you coping with the pandemic?
So it's been a year now. We're in April. It's been a year. At the start, it was heaven, because I always wanted to work from home. And then as it progressed, it became harder and harder. And as you're trying to make it your new reality. So now that it's a year, it still has its challenges. However, it's not our reality, and I am happy with this situation now. It is not always easy, because we have a 4-year-old and a 3-year-old. They want attention. They want to play with mommy and daddy. Sometimes, I will have, I'll just scream in my head because it's too much. But at the same time, I'm grateful to be in good health. I'm grateful to have Max in my life. I'm grateful to have a kid. So it's not all rosy every day. Some days are very difficult. Like today, for instance, to put them to bed, it was a challenge. So yeah, I hope it answers your question, Mark. It's kind of like up and down, but overall, I'm happy, but it's not perfect.
Yeah, my experience with all this, pandemic, and it's just, it's tough. It's really is tough, and the fact that we cannot travel, the fact that the places are shut, um, like there's no place that you can go and visit. There's nothing um, that is entertaining apart of having Netflix and YouTube. Um, it's tough. I mean, sometimes I just go, for a little drive around, for an hour. But I just, I want this, I want this to be over, and I hope really, that this year will be the end of this pandemic. We have vaccines now. There's vaccines all over the world. I hope that the governments, will be able to agree on something, once in a lifetime, and we will get out of this, because otherwise, if you continue like this, I reckon, so many people will just say, look, you know what, I don't care anymore, and it's just, it's tiring, it's really tiring.
Yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy. Just try to look at the brighter side.
Yeah. So the brighter side is that, now that we lived, through this pandemic, I guess now, going on the plane, going on holidays is going to be like, look, this is really privilege, because, have this lockdown when you cannot go anywhere. It's really crazy. So
Yeah.
So look, an hour and 10 minutes. Wow.
Okay, so let's answer the question about the age gap, because they.
Okay, you go ahead.
So yes, there is an age gap between both of us. Obviously I am younger. So the age gap is 7 years. There's 7 years between the two of us.
Yeah, 7 beautiful years.
Yeah, but you know what? There's 7 years, so he's older than me than 7 years. But to be honest, I am the oldest in my head, and this one is like, on good days he's like 25, on bad days he's like 20, whereas me, I'm always like 40.
So what he's talking about.
I am more mature than him, but I am younger than him, so 7 years gap.
Yeah, the girls are always, more mature. That's why.
It's not a good thing. It's tiring.
I'd say, for the girl of, let's say 20, 20 years old girl and 20 years old boy, they're not the same. They're the same age, but they're not the same, here. Well, again, some of the guys will be more mature for their age,
Yeah, it's just, I guess there's not a general rule.
We have another comment from Deborah. Deborah, it's real life and it's refreshing. You guys from North Carolina, USA. That is cool. I mean, so today we had South Africa, Houston. We also had London,
Jamaica.
And now North Carolina, USA. That is cool. That is absolutely cool. I really, enjoying this, because for someone like myself, that's I grew up behind this, what you call the Iron Curtain, right? So I'm that age. And to be able to travel, see different places, and an opportunity to be able to communicate people all over the globe. That is really cool. It's really showing us that we are people, no matter where we're from, no matter the race, the culture, mentality. We are people. We have the same bodies. We have the same brains, fingers, hands, etc. So look, people from planet Earth, thank you so much for being with us today. This is our live session, April's live session, and we're going to continue. We're going to continue with these live sessions, and we would love to, read the comments. We would love to, have this, communication, and for us to get together. We're all facing, the same challenges, and as we say in the beginning,
we do. We are all facing. Generally, yeah, you're right. Like, we all have the same doubt. We share the same feelings. Yeah.
And I just, I keep reading, the comments, because it's popping out there. So MJ she says that we belong to the same human race, and that's 110%. So
Yeah.
it's something we said in the beginning of this live stream, that we're all human beings from planet Earth. So that's who we are. And Merlot, say, guys, you guys are great. I like your channel. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we're going to continue, talking about our channel. We really want to be as interactive as possible, as engaging as possible. And we're talking about, our own life. We're talking about our own stories, but we also want to bring, some fun in it. So please stay tuned, showing us your support, because to us, this is the most important, is to see, your feedback. And so far, I'll be honest with you, the feedback, the comments that I'm reading, just amazing.
Amazing. Thank
Just
you guys
amazing,
so much. Like, you guys are wonderful, amazing, and it really is good to know that
Annabelle knows how to do it better.
Yeah. So it's really good to know that we have beautiful, wonderful people around us, because most of the news that we see are ugly, are sad, are depressing, and just see a beautiful comment pop here and there brightens our day, especially in the middle of this pandemic. So thank you guys, and I do hope that we bring you also some joy, and we are as real as it is. You will see it on our videos. The kids are screaming, shouting, mommy's rolling her eyes. It's just, this is us. We're real, nothing fancy apart from a scarf. It's real fancy.
Oh, mommy, you're funny. Okay, well, thank you so much for being with us today. And, please do send us, the comments, do send us the questions. We'd love to, answer those. We'd love to communicate with you, interact with you. So stay safe and God bless.
Thank you, guys.
Bye. Bye. Choo.